Hello, my name is Jennifer Easthope, and I am finishing up my final semester of the Digital Media Graduate Program. I have a wonderful, supportive husband, Harold, 3 energetic sons, Jack, Blaine, and Miles, and a daughter, Jolie, born just this February. I also work full-time as an academic advisor in the College of Arts and Sciences here at Valparaiso University. Last semester in COMM 700, I took on a project for my husband's startup IT company by building him a website using Adobe Muse. Web design wasn't something I really enjoyed doing, but it was nice to be able to do something for him. This semester in COMM 701, I decided to do something for me. During my time in our visual communication course, I really became interested in typography and font design. When creating various types of visual communication in the past, I had relied on Adobe's Typekit or other online resources to find a font that best fit my design. Having spent more time working in Adobe Illustrator for my final project in visual communication, I began feeling more comfortable moving away from relying on outside fonts and decided to start creating some of my own. I had been hand lettering for fun in my free time, so I searched online for information on how to create a font. There are several resources out there, and I took away a few bits of information from each of those I read and watched. I started by writing out individual letters on plain paper using a brush pen. I thought I would start with a hand-lettered script font because it looked more organic and unique in design. I wrote out each letter a few times in order to try out different looks. This gave me a variety of letter styles to later choose from to make sure my font was consistent as a whole. For the lowercase letters, I tried to pay special attention to the tail of each letter, hoping that would allow the letters to easily connect. As I would finish a page of letters, I would take a picture of my sheet, upload it to Illustrator, and edited smoothness and sizing. It wasn't until I had completed my lowercase letter sheet that I realized I should have been scanning my sheets and saving as a JPEG instead of taking a picture to avoid some of the unnecessary additional editing. Once all of my script letters were edited, I used a software I purchased, FontSelf, which is used as an extension in Illustrator and Photoshop. In this extension, I uploaded my script letters, numbers, and punctuations and started editing the spacing in front and behind each of the individual letters. This is where I ran into a problem I was hoping to avoid. My lowercase letters were not connecting. After spending a fair amount of time trying to adjust the spacing, I decided to put a hold on my script font, afraid I would run out of time and not have a finished font design for this showcase. I moved on to create a sans serif font. This time, I created my new font using the Procreate app on my iPad because I wanted to try a different method to see how it worked. I didn't use a guide when writing out the font, so I had some sizing issues. I was able to adjust this in Illustrator and upload it for further editing in FontSelf. This font, named Lazy Dog, is an all-caps font and is meant to look handwritten but uniform in size and design. I've used this font on 2 invitation pieces that are a bit more fun in nature because I think it fits the overall design. I was able to revisit my script font and dedicate a lot of time to the spacing of all letters. In order to make the font work in almost all circumstances, I individually went through every letter pattern from AA to ZZ. I've lovingly named this font Jolene 2.0 after my daughter and my second attempt at making this font right. Overall, I'm happy with what I've completed to this point. I plan to continue making tweaks and adding to my personal font library through more hand lettering, as well as more standard fonts done using only Illustrator. I'm grateful for what I've learned in the digital media program and for the support and feedback from Professor Powell and my peers. Thank you for taking the time to view my presentation.